What is wanted is not the will to believe, but the will to find out, which is the exact opposite. Bertrand Russell. The real obstacles lie in the heart of man. Contempt for happiness is usually contempt for other people's happiness, and is an elegant disguise for hatred of the human race. Bertrand Russell. The only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. The theoretical understanding of the world, which is the aim of philosophy, is not a matter of great practical importance to animals, or to savages, or even to most civilized men. A happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy dare live. To acquire immunity to eloquence is of the utmost importance to the citizens of a democracy. Bertrand Russell. Many people would sooner die than think, in fact, they do so. Really high-minded people are indifferent to happiness, especially other people's. When the intensity of emotional conviction subsides, a man who is in the habit of reasoning will search for logical grounds in favor of the belief which he finds in himself. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. The best life is the one in which the creative impulses play the largest part and the possessive impulses the smallest. Bertrand Russell. In the revolt against idealism, the ambiguities of the word experience have been perceived, with the result that realists have more and more avoided the word. We know very little, and yet it is astonishing that we know so much, and still more astonishing that so little knowledge can give us so much power. Bertrand Russell. I like mathematics because it is not human and has nothing particular to do with this planet or with the whole accidental universe, because, like Spinoza's God, it won't love us in return. The infliction of cruelty with a good conscience is a delight to moralists. That is why they invented hell. So far as I can remember, there is not one word in the Gospels in praise of intelligence. Bertrand Russell. All the labor of all the ages, all the devotion, all the inspiration, all the noonday brightness of human genius are destined to extinction. So now, my friends, if that is true, and it is true, what is the point? The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Those who forget good and evil and seek only to know the facts are more likely to achieve good than those who view the world through the distorting medium of their own desires. Bertrand Russell. Democracy is the process by which people choose the man who'll get the blame. The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Bertrand Russell. Mathematics takes us into the region of absolute necessity, to which not only the actual word, but every possible word, must conform. None but a coward dares to boast that he has never known fear. Bertrand Russell. It is not what the man of science believes that distinguishes him, but how and why he believes it. His beliefs are tentative, not dogmatic. They are based on evidence, not on authority or intuition. Bertrand Russell. To teach how to live without certainty and yet without being paralyzed by hesitation is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, in our age, can do for those who study it. Collective fear stimulates herd instinct, and tends to produce ferocity toward those who are not regarded as members of the herd. Bertrand Russell. Men who are unhappy, like men who sleep badly, are always proud of the fact. Awareness of universals is called conceiving, and a universal of which we are aware is called a concept. Bertrand Russell. Thought is subversive and revolutionary, destructive and terrible. Thought is merciless to privilege, established institutions, and comfortable habit. Thought is great and swift and free. Freedom comes only to those who no longer ask of life that it shall yield them any of those personal goods that are subject to the mutations of time. Bertrand Russell. The secret to happiness is to face the fact that the world is horrible. The true spirit of delight, the exaltation, the sense of being more than man, which is the touchstone of the highest excellence, is to be found in mathematics as surely as poetry. Bertrand Russell. The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, unwiser people so full of doubts. Fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. Man is a credulous animal and must believe something. In the absence of good grounds for belief, he will be satisfied with bad ones. Bertrand Russell. Many a man will have the courage to die gallantly, but will not have the courage to say, or even to think, that the cause for which he is asked to die is an unworthy one. I think we ought always to entertain our opinions with some measure of doubt. I shouldn't wish people dogmatically to believe any philosophy, not even mine. Bertrand Russell. The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure and the intelligent are full of doubt. Brief and powerless is man's life, on him and all his race the slow, sure doom falls pitiless and dark. Bertrand Russell. There are two motives for reading a book, one, that you enjoy it, the other, that you can boast about it. Bertrand Russell.